Good afternoon. My name is John Carlson. I am the product manager for advanced manufacturing here at GF Machining Solutions. The advanced manufacturing group includes laser texturing, micro machining, and additive manufacturing. Today we are unveiling our new product, the Laser S 1000U. So what we did is we introduced a larger scanning field, roughly 20-30% larger than the laser P machine. So that means you could do more laser work in that scanning field without having to move the scan head. Okay? The more you move the scan head, the less that laser's firing, the less that laser's firing, the less money you're making. Okay? The other feature that we put in here as well, which also increases the efficiency of the machine, is we now have a dynamic Z in the scan head. Where with the P machines, it was a 2-axis scan head, meaning the laser, without moving the machine, can only move the laser and the focal point in the X and Y. Now that we have the S machine, we can now move in X and Y, and we can move in Z at the same time. So if we have a 3D contour in that marking field, we can have that Z or the focal point follow that contour. Where in the P machine, we would actually have to physically move the scan head, and the machine wasn't firing. What you want to do with laser is you want to make sure you can stay as perpendicular to that part as much as possible. The more perpendicular you can be to the part, the better the quality is going to be. We have several machines out in the field right now for customers that we're calling beta customers. Everything that I've heard so far has been extremely positive. The customers that we have here in the States that are chemical etchers, what we are starting to see is that transition right now of going just straight chemical etching to just straight laser ablation instead. What they did in the middle a lot of times, and what we've seen with a lot of customers who are doing the chem etch process, is they will put the chemical resist in there and actually use the laser to remove the chemical resist instead of having someone there with an X-Acto knife try to remove it all by hand. Not repeatable. You have a film in there and you got a 3D surface in there and you're trying to drop a film on there and have a geometric pattern follow that contour. You can't do it. You have a human in there trying to do it. You never match those up. So what they've done instead is they've gone with a hybrid, because we have the full digital process here. We can map those textures right onto the mold. Or what a lot of guys are doing now is just saying, why are we doing the human process here? Let's just go straight laser on it. So we're seeing a lot of that transition right now. With the introduction of the S machine, we are not killing the P machine. We want to keep that machine around for customers who have less contours in their part. Let's say they have a flatter part and there's not so much 3D contours in there. The more contours in there, the more you want to step up to the S. But if you have just flat, 3-axis parts, you can still stick with the P. And then what we also did as well with the P is we dropped the price on the P. So it makes more sense to stick with the P, especially if you're doing flats. Whereas if you have more of those 3D contours in that, let's say a mold, you might want to have that S machine. You're going to have less patches, you're going to have less machine movement, and it makes more sense to have an S machine.